Chef Amber, and I'm the owner of the Source Cafe in Hermosa Beach, and I'm super passionate about making a change in people's health one plate at a time. I opened up my own restaurant on the Source Cafe because I hit a rock bottom with my health and I was desperate to feel better. I had inflammation, adrenal fatigue, I was addicted to sugar, I was just really out of balance, and I started to have a lot of health challenges. And from that drive and desperation to feel better, Source Cafe was born. So with the adrenal fatigue, adrenal blowout, that's a really hot word right now that you're hearing a lot around, possibly from holistic doctors and doctors. A lot of doctors don't believe that adrenal fatigue exists. It exists, believe me, I'm living proof of it. Adrenal fatigue, adrenal blowout is really when your adrenals are taxed, and basically what that means is, so for me, I'll use myself as an example. I was over exercising, I was drinking 4 to 6 cups of coffee a day, then maybe some green tea, I was drinking alcohol. Now, those are the outside things I have control over, right? But then what was my stress? Through the roof. All that taxes your adrenals. So what was happening during the day? I would walk around so groggy and foggy and exhausted. And also, let me just tell you that brain fog is a really huge, big symptom of adrenal fatigue, a little bit of memory loss. So I started to get scared, but I could barely keep my eyes open during the day, even with 5 cups of coffee, you guys. So then at night, what happens is, because my adrenals have held on to all the adrenaline all day long, another symptom of adrenal fatigue is not being able to sleep. So at 8, 9 o'clock at night, when I'm exhausted, being like, I'm ready to go to bed tonight, all of a sudden, adrenaline's just pumping through my body and my adrenals are like, sweet, we finally get to start releasing, and then I don't sleep at night. And then the cycle goes on. So I want to speak about sugar addiction, because my sugar addiction was my breaking point, is when I knew that I'd hit rock bottom in my health, and it really was the driving factor to open up the Source Cafe. And it really, because of my addiction to sugar, my health fell apart. I had a severe adrenal fatigue. I was inflamed. I had a lot of pain in my body. I was so tired, and mentally I was a disaster. So I was literally living off of sugar. I don't think we speak about sugar addiction enough. I think before I knew the term sugar addiction, I just thought of addiction as alcohol and drugs. I was like, and sex. I was like, you can't be addicted to sugar, but there's a lot of studies that show that cocaine and sugar does the same thing to our brain. And I'm telling you that I believe that I always chose sugar over everything else my whole entire life. It was my best friend growing up. I love to eat sugar when I'm happy, when I'm sad. I use it as a treat. I use it as an excuse, like I deserve something. I would validate anything, any emotion, happy or sad. Sugar was my go-to. Now, I used to have a lot of shame about this topic, because I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm like the healthy South Bay chef, right? And here I am just shoving my face with sugar. Now, the sugar I chose was organic and vegan and gluten-free, but you know what? It still was sugar. Sugar is still sugar. And there were some days when I was feeling so stressed, and the more tired I was and the higher my stress level was, the more sugar I ate. And some days I wouldn't eat any greens, which is just wild. And so I hit my rock bottom right in the opening of Source Cafe, realizing like I can't live like this and I can't go on like this anymore. And I really was, it was my health. It was a big wake up call. And I could barely get out of bed. Not to mention that the sugar depleted my spiritual connection. I'm very spiritual. If you already follow me on Instagram, on Chef Amber LA, I speak about my faith and spirituality. I have a really big meditation routine, and basically people will say, well, how did you let go of your sugar addiction? Well, first of all, I found a support group of other women that were struggling with the exact same thing, because I thought that I was crazy, and I thought I had so much shame. And I was like, there's no way I'm ever going to be able to stop eating sugar. And the story, I can get pretty dark. I can tell you some pretty not so sexy, ugly stories that I used to have a lot of shame of the stuff I used to do with sugar. I mean, I treated it like alcohol and a drug. And I really, with the support group, it was a spiritual journey for me that I realized that I've just kept stuffing myself because I didn't want to look at what was really going on. So why am I sharing all this with you and being so raw and being so vulnerable? Well, I want to invite you to come on this journey with me. This is something, again, like I said, I had so much shame around, but the more I speak about it, the more people reach out and say, oh my God, I have that problem too. So I want you to know that you're not alone if you share any of these type of feelings that I've been talking about. Join me on this journey, and this is why I started this YouTube channel, not just to talk about sugar addiction. I wanted to share with you my journey that I'm still on towards perfect health and balance, what that means for me. And with that, we're gonna be speaking and sharing together. And for me, I want to talk about the topic of body positivity because that's been a big topic right now all over, and it's a very important topic for me also. But I had to lead with the sugar addiction story because I could never have body acceptance, body positivity, self-love, body love without letting go of the sugar addiction and really finding that spiritual connection with universe, God, whatever that means to you. So the type of topics that I'm going to be covering on the YouTube channel, very passionate about it. Again, it's my journey towards better health. We'll talk about faith and spirituality and meditation and morning routine and the really importance of having a ritual, whether that's in the morning or at night. Let's talk about mindful eating, intuitive eating, having a healthy relationship with food, healthy relationship with our body. I want to talk about body positivity. I want to talk about self-love, self-care practices. And then of course we're going to be talking a ton about food, and I'm going to be demoing one recipe every week. But for me, health it's holistic. It's a full view. It's mind, body, and soul. It's not just, okay, I'm eating healthy, okay, I'm good. No, what's your mental state? What's your spiritual state? How does your body really feel? How's your stress level? How's your sleeping? Are you drinking enough water? Are you exercising? What's the energy that you're putting in to weekly self-care? Okay, so to follow along on this journey with me, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at Chef Amber LA and on Facebook, Chef Amber LA. My website is chefamber.com. You'll find tons of other health tips and recipes, and I have an online cooking class series, Cooking with Chef Amber, where if you really want to dive in and learn how to cook. And once again, I'll be posting live videos also on some cooking demos once a week. So please join me in the conversation. I want to get to know you, and I look so forward to seeing you next time.